I know nobody's watching this. That's okay. But suffice to say, ooh, massive lens flare. It's almost a Steve Jobs type appearance, and I do love that hair. Because I'm worth it. But there's a working hypothesis. I had a video mark flagged for adult content or 18 plus certificate. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing of interest. Actually, I wonder if I can drop it down a fraction. Do that as an editor. Yeah, that's even better. But hey, so just for transparency, that edge there is the table I have my TV. The table I have my TV balanced on. It's still got a lot of flare off that bad boy. So this is just a brief check. The video content is me discussing how I salt cure salmon. And I am like, what? What? Boom! It's like 5 minutes long. It's all because I had to stop the other video on, I think it's number 24. Hang on, let's go check this. He says, where can I easily find this? Obviously noise, sorry. Yeah, number 24, okay. And it had 56 views in it. So my part 1 had 56 views in it. And 1 like, so I don't know who saw that. And the second part, which I literally just to finish the bit of me talking about the actual salt curing process, so I can later make it into one video a la Josh Reisman style, which I know I reference him. And that's why I went in that general direction. But look, no, I don't know what I'm doing that. That's nonsense. So I'm aghast at what I thought was a pretty straightforward video got flagged for adult content or 18. It needs an adult certificate to see it. And so, as a random thought, I thought, what if I just go download the actual the auto caption file itself, and in that, I literally had I have almost 500 lines of code, text prose. Granted, half of them you can just junk, because it's spacing. You can junk all the characters. So probably out of 500 lines of code, and it's actually 484. So 484/4. So there's 121 lines for me to read through. I'm not going to waste my time doing all that. So I went and found a profanity filter, profanity checker, and whacked in the contents of the text file. I say text file, the auto caption feature. And out of 1,117 words, 4 were marked as profane. And how's it working? Oh, you'll see it. It didn't like boom. Where else? Josh Weissman. And then, where is it? Come on. I made reference with regards to washing off all of the salt cure and the dill and the spice mix. And I quote, "Then I will rinse all that crap off." And
later on, obviously.
I was then discussing how YouTube had changed their partner program. Or not the partner. How not, later I just did mention I was kicked out of the partner program. That's not what I'm having an issue about. But that was I was literally waiting for it to happen. In all fairness.
But timestamp
407. Itchy
nose.
Not because of cocaine. For legal reasons, that was a joke. In case anybody's watching this later, in case this video in itself gets flagged. So that's three of our videos, and then timestamp 435.
Considering they got flagged
for putting adverts against racial content, and I was referring to YouTube
being flagged
for putting adverts against racial content, or racist content, or content that advertisers didn't want their stuff being associated with, leading to the first adpocalypse.
Which I know there's since been a second attempt, so second running of Adpocalypse 2.0,
and then most recent, as I said, YouTube's infinite wisdom, they put out
this idea of
putting adverts against any video, okay, which
that was the whole point
of me saying putting content, putting adverts getting flagged, putting adverts against racial content, and I've used that word for like 4 times now. I don't care. This is purely a test video. I want to see if I can get it finished before 12 o'clock, in all fairness, my mind. So, I'm baffled by YouTube.
I also appreciate
it's a free-to-use
website. If I don't like the rules they're using,
go somewhere else. I appreciate that as well.
In essence, I have an almost unlimited.
As long as I comply with their rules, I have a virtually limitless storage capacity.
Almost limitless. Because Google
and YouTube and their subsidiary company Alphabet will move heaven and earth to make sure they keep their database secure and backed up, and backups of their backups, because it's in their financial interest to do that.
Which does lead me on to how
obviously how I was having a discussion on the Facebook Marketplace, Facebook internal old machinima forum boards. Yes, those still exist, would you believe?
On how we can
find nowhere any content of our old
machinima pieces. That makes sense.
2018, 2019, machinima just imploded. Warner Brothers sold the rights of machinima onto I think Full Screen, and obviously because machinima was basically in conflict with another brand that Full Screen owned, which was Rooster Teeth. They said,
well, we had Rooster Teeth
first, let's just close machinima. I suspect there's probably more to it than that, but that's what the optics of it actually looked like, in that YouTube
just literally overnight, what would have been at one point one of the
largest subscribed network channels just went and just deleted all that content. Now, that said, I've found a handful of videos
marked as private.
So I want to go and test that, in that I know that because one of my old accounts had the original video footage of me playing Team Fortress 2, which I then use as part of a pseudo facecam commentary to put to Machinima Respawn, as requested by Machinima Respawn. They wanted to put together a who's who of their directors, and this was obviously back at the times where I thought, well, actually Machinima Respawn is a nice easy content to make for, because it's just basic gameplay. With hindsight, I make shit gameplay. I'm using that as a profanity filter check as well there.
Suffice to say, that video got dislike bombed like the
mother, Mega
Obviously not as bad as Justin Bieber's Baby Baby Baby, or Justin Bieber and Ludacris's Baby Baby Baby, or Baby. Okay, I think there are two videos with a higher dislike to like count, or I should say higher dislike count. One of them being Infinity Ward's gameplay trailer reveal for Infinity Warfare, and that was only superseded by YouTube Rewind 2018. Hats off to you, kids and kittens. Fantastic. But sorry, I digress. This was all going to be just a test piece here. I want to go do something else. Namely, I want to go run around as a Witcher. Actually, I'm just going to make sure there's no other profanities. It said there's 4 words that got flagged. And I know, obviously, because I'm using Google Chrome, it's shown all my, it's shown all the spelling mistakes as well. But it's profanity checker. So in this case, it's app.readable.com/text/profanity, and that's only because I literally just went into Google and typed in profanity checker. That's all it was. So actually, do you know what? Let's make a paste bin on that one. All hell paste bin. And yeah, that was a horrible bit of script there. Let's just call this profanity checker. Page up. And I scored. So that being said, I'm glad profanity words score kill. Yeah, so if I say I love Basebin, and especially on a computer. Okay, let's go right to the end. It's one of the ones actually I did get the pro account, and I got it linked up to my Twitter, so I just log in with Twitter and that's it, done. So, and what was? No, I'm not going to look at that now. Right. Kill that. So, I'll stop it. Thanks for watching, kids and kittens. Obviously, if this ends up being flagged by the profanity filters, hello to the nice people that are reviewing this content. This was a test.